Hi, this is my audience. Wave, everybody. All right. Have you ever seen a zombie movie? I am willing to bet you have. Have you ever wondered the story behind these undead creatures? Well, that's what we are going to be discussing today. We see zombies everywhere in modern entertainment. Why not learn where they came from and see how they stand the test of time? From Haitian folklore to a metaphor for the human condition, zombies have been a huge part of pop culture for decades. I have seen just about every zombie movie and TV show. The idea around them has always been interesting to me. I have studied up on the idea of where zombies came from. I've read about why it has remained such a popular genre. Today, I will be talking about where zombies have came from, the myth of the zombie, zombies entering mainstream entertainment, zombies in modern media, and its symbolism. The idea of zombies has been around since the early 17th century. The folklore behind zombies starts in Haiti. Unfortunately, this monster that we now portray as something similar to the werewolf or the vampire, a monster used to entertain us in cinema, has a dark origin. Christopher Moorman and Corey Rushton talk about exactly this in their book, Race, Oppression, and the Zombie. Haiti, which accounted for a big population of the slave trade, is where the religion of voodoo began. It was a union of all different types of African cultures using spirituality as a way to reject colonial oppression. In the voodoo religion, there are dark priests known as bokors, which is a sort of magic wielder. This bokor is the one who raises the dead, making the deceased into a zombie. Moorman and Rushton describe as a mindless slave risen from the dead by evil magic. Now that we have seen where zombies have come from, let's look at where this Haitian horror story came to be on our screens. As these stories of folklore became known against American filmmakers, the zombies became a new source of entertainment. Because I only have a few minutes to share this with you, I will be only discussing the most influential zombie projects. White Zombie, 1932, is widely recognized as the first ever zombie film and follows along with what we have just learned about zombies. Set in Haiti, the film tells the story of Charles Beaumont, a desperate man in love with a woman who is already engaged. He turns to a voodoo witch doctor named Murder Legendre for help. Legendre turns the woman into a zombie and tries to keep her for himself. This film goes along with the lore of the zombie, with practicing of voodoo and the control of the zombie mind. Night of the Living Dead 1968 was the film that changed everything. Romero's zombies were completely different from its predecessor, partly due to the fact that he was unaware of the Haitian lore, and also when creating the film, he didn't think of his monsters as zombies. Romero had talked about this many times while being asked about zombies in relation to his movies. He did an interview in 2014 saying, "Yeah, exactly, but they're dead, right? So I thought that was a new creature. I never called them zombies." Romero's follow-up was a big development for zombie cinema as well. The 1985 film Return of the Living Dead is where the idea that zombies eat brains were coined. In the film, there's a scene where a zombie is tied to the table and asked why they eat people. She responds, "Not people, brains." She tells them that it eases the pain of being dead. This film gives us a glimpse into the future of zombies. Now let's talk about where we are now. How zombies are now portrayed, why zombies are now everywhere. Zombies now don't look a certain way. The perfect example of this is Shaun of the Dead 2004. It was the kickstart of the zombie parody. Starring Shaun, a 30-year-old man with a normal life, suddenly takes a turn for the worst when his hometown was overrun with zombies. This film references its predecessors, specifically George Romero's The Living Dead film series. The Walking Dead, a TV show broadcasted on AMC in 2010, Robert Kirkman, creator of this show, says that Good zombie movies show us how messed up we are. They make us question our station in society and our society's station in the world. They show us gore and violence and all of that cool stuff too, but there's always an undercurrent of social commentary and thoughtfulness. Though there are many zombie shows such as The Last of Us, iZombie, and All of Us Are Dead, this show remains the most popular. The reason this TV show is so popular is not actually because of the zombies, but because of everyday obstacles the characters face. Zombies are the perfect vessel to reflect human anxieties and the war of capitalism on American society. Natalie Wilson, a researcher of the deeper meanings of the horror genre, talk about the original symbolism tied to the Haitian Creole being forced into slavery. Now, when speaking on the American version, this translates to capitalism. As I close out this speech, think about what we have learned, where zombies have come from, their start in mainstream entertainment, and modern zombie media and its symbolism. From Haitian folklore to a metaphor from the human condition, zombies have been a huge pop culture for decades. Maybe next time you watch a zombie movie, you will think of zombies as more than a scary monster. All right, this is my audience again. Everybody wave. All right.